2020 was a year of digital transformation for the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. It was a process already in motion, but accelerated by the advent of the COVID-19 global pandemic. The mission began with then Portfolio Minister Carl Samuda and continued under the latest stewardship of Favour Williams and her new State Minister, Robert Morgan.
I will not relent until all our students have a tablet or a laptop in their hands.
The Education Ministry began 2020 focused on the nutrition needs of students. On January 1, a new sugar limit was placed on sweetened beverages sold or served on school campuses. There were also interventions to ensure those school campuses were best outfitted for learning. A smart mathematics laboratory was completed at Tarrant High School in January, and in March, the new budget included funds to improve and add to the infrastructure at schools. An agreement was also signed to purchase a school bus for Richmond Park Primary in Clarendon. After the island reported its first COVID-19 case on March 10, government ordered all schools closed on March 14. Steps were taken to ensure schools were equipped to practice social distancing and observe COVID-19 sanitization protocols for the eventual resumption of classes. In light of the pandemic, the Education Ministry formulated a blended approach to teaching and learning.
Here is the mix. Online instructions, interactive television programs provided through the E-Homeschool Network provided by Ready TV, Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica and the Jamaica Education Television. Printed learning packages or kits are also provided, and of course there is face-to-face instruction.
A national learning management system was also developed for teachers to create, deliver and manage lessons online.
School leaders will be able to use it to set and track assignments, track performances, post video clips, pictures and animations.
The ministry also partnered with its health and wellness counterpart to provide virtual health training workshops to school leaders.
Over 1,900 deans of discipline, guidance counselors, school nurses, home and family life education teachers and coordinators, plant managers and bursars participated in the training exercise.
In 2020, the Education Ministry distributed 40,000 tablets to 500 primary school students under its Tablets in Schools program. This was both a direct response to the social distancing required by the pandemic and a continuation of government's efforts to close the digital divide to learning.
Cabinet also gave approval for the award of contract for the provision of 15,000 laptops for high school students in grades 10 to 13 on the PATH program, and gave approval for the award of contract by E-Learning Jamaica Limited to Royale Computers and Accessories Limited at a total cost not exceeding US $8.5 million, including GCT.
For those students not on PATH, the ministry launched the Own Your Own Device Incentive Program.
Parents or guardians can apply through an established website powered by eGov Jamaica or via a manual numbered application form available from their respective members of parliament or the ministry's regional offices.
Students with special needs were also given the critical devices.
It is for us all as stakeholders in the education sector to ensure that our children with disabilities, that they continue to be a part of our learning environment.
To further enable online learning, the ministry provided e-books and other e-content to students at various levels of the education system.
38,000 e-books are being procured for the new school year for the specified subject areas at the secondary level.
The ministry also provided the full complement of textbooks needed by schools to facilitate the continuation of blended learning. For those schools in remote areas that lacked internet connectivity, satellite internet was provided in collaboration with Ready TV. Over 100 schools and communities were approved to receive broadband internet. The ministry also entered a partnership with Flow and Digicel to provide education data plans at a reduced cost. In early June, secondary schools were reopened temporarily to facilitate final preparations for the CAPE and CSEC examinations. It was effective, as 76% of CSEC students were awarded passing scores of grades 1 to 3 in all subject areas. The pandemic also changed but did not derail the 2020 sitting of the Primary Exit Profile PEP, as all eligible students were placed in high schools.
100% of the students were placed in high schools. 16% of students were placed in secondary level schools that are in close proximity to the schools that they currently attend. 80%, or 31,017 of the students, were placed in one of their preferred schools.
As the pandemic ran its course in 2020, government made the decision to begin the new school year in early October, but virtual classes were the main vehicle of teaching. Students and teachers were given free access to the online learning management system. 17 schools also held pilot face-to-face classes to test the education system's readiness.
School reopening pilot was deemed an overall success. Another group of schools was identified for the continued phased reopening of face-to-face instruction. That would be a total of 125 schools, which are 59 primary schools and 66 high schools.
And with a view to the future, Prime Minister Andrew Holness launched the Education Transformation Commission 2020 to comprehensively review and assess the country's public education system and recommend an action plan for change. After a year of unprecedented challenges, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has positioned itself to continue the mandate of ensuring that learning never stops for all students across Jamaica.
We know these are difficult times, but we can't throw up our hands now. Now is when we really reach into ourselves, lean forward, step forward to ensure that our children, wherever they are, in the deepest, ruralest part of Jamaica, that they are connected to the formal education system and are able to learn even while we live through the pandemic.